The African National Congress is briefing the media on discussion forum and will be focused on social transformation discussion documents towards the National Policy Conference. Let's cut live to the press conference.
Protect the girl children, but it also has other negative effects. And linked to that, as I say, that you find girls of age between 12 and 17 who are married. And when you compare that, you also look at Minister Mtswaledi's She Conquers, the program which was launched by Deputy President last year, addressing the issue of ensuring that young girls from the age of 14 up to the age of 24, they are kept at school, but they are also encouraged to continue being educated. Those laws which we have passed also contradicts that. And I must also say that you find that when you talk about these girls who are between the age of 12 and 17, and I think it deals with the issue of teen pregnancy too, you find that the same age or young boys in their recent study published by Department of Health together with the World Health Organization, where it has been discovered, especially here in South Africa, that we have girls between the age of 14 and 24 who are HIV positive. But when you relate and look at that in terms of their peers, boys, the boys are not HIV positive. So it's all those kind of issues which are a challenge as we move towards improving the quality of life for teenagers, for young people, but at the same time there are unintended consequences which arises out of that. And just to deal with also this particular issue, it's not an issue which we can deal with within one day. It's a process, it's a patriarchal society which we come from, which has been there for many, many years, where the issue of the girl child has never been a priority. With the laws we are passing right now in protecting the girl child continues to be a challenge. The other issues I've indicated, the issue of the girl child. We have legislation within the Child Act or the Marriage Act which allows the marrying a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old, with the consent of a parent. So if you look at that law which gives a consent, you look at a law which says a child at the age of 12 can commit abortion without the parent's consent. But also when you look at that, the other one, it's about the statutory rape you're talking to. All these laws, if you pull them together, there are contradictions. And I think these are some of the issues as the STC which we've got to start addressing. How do we harmonize? How do we protect the girl child? How do we make sure, whilst parents have rights, but also they're not involved in the consent of marrying their kids when they're supposed to be at school? But looking at what Minister Mtswaledi has come up with, the issue of the campaign on She Conquers, and making sure that quality education is given to young girls up to the age of 14, it happens, because that affects girls and boys are not in there. So these are the issues, as you asked there about Northwest, which relates to, we've got to review or revisit our various legislations and make sure that they talk to each other, but they are able to protect the girl child. Because the key issue now is that their girl children get protected, but also get exposed within the same laws. So we've got to look at how do we harmonize our laws in a way that advance the interest of the child.
Anything else, Minister? Please feel free to.
Yeah, I think these are the issues, but I must also add to say we're having national dialogues which intend to deal with issues of women abuse and children. The dialogues were launched by the President in Limpopo last year. We will be visiting the next province in really trying to get to the causes and the problems. Why are there no remedial measures and the issue of socialization in our society. Why is it not getting better? But where we continue to see that young girls and women continue to be vulnerable in our society. The last point I also want to raise as we deal with dialogues, it's also
and be able to find themselves in spaces where they can work and take care of themselves. These are the issues which we are dealing with. As I speak, our next dialogues are going to be held in Mpumalanga, in going to various provinces, partnering with various stakeholders, civil society, business, government departments, in making sure that we are able to find mechanisms which can advance and protect not only the women but also the children. Thank you.